Why our family switched from the good and the beautiful. That's right, we are making the change this year. We are moving on to a different curriculum, and like many new homeschoolers, we started off with the good and the beautiful. But before we get into why we changed and what we're changing to, we're gonna just make a little disclaimer. I do not have any thing against the good and the beautiful. I think it's a great curriculum for so many homeschooling families. There are so many great things about it. I have a lot of friends who still use it and have used it for years, and their kids are doing great. And it's just not going to probably work for our family for the duration. So it's wonderful. My daughter Ariana did learn in her first year doing kindergarten with the good and the beautiful. It's very easy, very open and go. It's very inexpensive. We actually printed it off essentially for free, other than like how much ink it took to print, you know, things like that. But let's talk about why we changed. One thing that we learned about the good and the beautiful is it is cyclic. So it does not have like a mastery type learning style, so you're not going to like try to add 1 + 1 and then once you've mastered it, move on. You are going to do a little bit of like adding in math, or you're going to learn your numbers, and then you're going to learn about tally marks, and then you're going to learn about time, and then you're going to learn about days of the week, and then you're going to rotate back and finish learning about adding and tally marks and so on and so forth, money, etc. So that was one thing that I didn't love, especially as someone who, while I feel very equipped to teach my kids, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Even as a new homeschooling mom, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing out on any concepts. And my daughter was a little bit confused on, I thought we were learning about this, and then like a couple weeks later we learned about it again, and she's like, we just learned about this. And so she seems to be more of a mastery type. Now each kid's different, so let me know down in the comments what you think your kid would prefer. Also, I'd love to hear what you think about the good and the beautiful. Be kind. And if you have already made the switch to a different curriculum, because I know it's very common for homeschooling families, especially after the first year or so, year or two, to switch from the good and the beautiful. It's just like part of the homeschooling culture. There's just so many people out here who have done it. I'm not saying we'll never go back. I don't even know, maybe our second kiddo, we will use the good and the beautiful. She is for doing preschool this year, so who knows? But I'd love to hear what you think down in the comments below, in a kind way, of course. One of the major reasons that we switched was the math in the good and the beautiful. So we printed off the math curriculum, which again, it's so nice that we can print it off. I actually think I'm going to miss that fact, because I love that we can take just the pieces that we needed for like, because we do a lot of school outside of the house, whether it is at a desk in a different room each day of the house, or each day of the week, or we go outside, or we go to the park, we go to Disney World, we go on road trips, and I could take it with us, and it was so easy, and I didn't have to carry lots of books, and so I'm a little bit nervous about that for our futures. But back to math. It was a little bit easy for my daughter, and she didn't grow as much. Like, she didn't learn anything from the beginning of the year to the end. So maybe we should have started in the grade above. That could have helped. I just didn't want to miss anything. So we just should have started her a little bit older than she was 4 at the beginning of the year last year, and she already knew everything in the kindergarten curriculum. So that's okay. Another thing about it is that the beautiful pages. So I'm gonna flip you around real quick so I can show you. Okay, so another thing that we noticed is that there are a lot of beautiful pictures, very well named, lots of backstory to go with the math. We're still working on writing the correct direction at this time. And it was just not something that my daughter needed. We could have just gotten through the math a lot faster than this. And she kind of got distracted from all the different things that she was learning, just because she was looking at all the different pictures, and it just seemed a little unnecessary to me. So you could tell we skipped through certain sections because, again, she knew how to do this. So that's just our opinion on math. Now, it might be perfect for your family again, so just do what's right for your family. It's just something that with math we could have used either manipulatives or games, or we could have just done a plain piece of paper with numbers on it just to get in the basics. And I think that would have been good. And that was pretty much consistent for all of the different aspects of the good and the beautiful. Yes, it's beautiful, but is it necessary? So I liked it. I liked looking at the pretty pictures, and I thought it was very aesthetically pleasing, and that brought me joy, which is important because you want to be able to enjoy it as much as your kids do. They will sense that in you, and they will kind of feed off of your energy while you're learning. However, it was just a little bit distracting for us and a little bit unnecessary, both in literature and in the math curriculum, at least for this child. So my other daughter might love it. So we'll see when the time comes. We might start my first daughter off on the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten next year. So we'll see, or we'll do something completely different. So be sure to subscribe to find out what we plan on doing, and all other tips, tricks, resources, and inspiration for your homeschool or for your daily life with your kiddos and your adventure. We try to help out as much as possible because it is a village that I'm trying to create. I love a good community, and you were a part of that. So be sure you subscribe, and you can connect with us more here. This next reason is the biggest reason for why we decided to switch. And again, this has nothing really to do with the quality or the probability of success for using the Good and the Beautiful for your kiddo. It's just for me and my family. I don't know if you'll relate to this. I know several people have, but I wanted something that has been around for a long time to ensure that I am not missing something. Specifically, I'm dyslexic, so I was not taught phonics very well, and I'm dyslexic as a kid. So I didn't know why certain words were spelled certain ways, and I still don't know why you read certain words certain ways. I don't know the phonics behind it. I don't know the science of reading behind it. Now, I have learned a lot since becoming and choosing to be a homeschool mom. I have learned a ton. However, I still don't feel fully equipped, and I'm still learning. So I'm learning as we go. My daughter still has questions, and I have to look it up anytime we're reading a book. And she's like, why is this like this? And I'm like, I don't know. So we look it up, and that's okay. However, with the Good and the Beautiful, I did not feel like it went into a lot of depth as to why, and I just didn't want to miss anything. So I did want to get a curriculum that has been researched and has been successful for many, many, many years. And while I'm much more of an eclectic, not a school at home kind of learner or homeschool mom, I did want to go with a curriculum that was going to be more like that, at least for this first year, just to make sure I gave her a good understanding of phonics and like this, how to read, and not miss any of those things or have any gaps. So I didn't want to miss anything, and I wanted to make sure I had a lot of information so that I could give it to her in hopefully a very helpful. Before we move on to share what we'll be using next year, thank you for making it to the almost end of this video. So if you have made it, thank you, you're amazing. Go ahead and give this video a like because it'll show me that you have made it here, and I appreciate you. So next year, or this upcoming year, we're going to be using two different curriculums to make up for missing out or putting aside the Good and the Beautiful, and that is Abeka. Yep, we're going with Abeka for our language arts, and that's going to be our primary spine. That's the thing we're going to be using the most for language arts, and so I will show you all the details of why and the research for that in the upcoming video. So be sure you're subscribed, and or go ahead and stay to the end of this video, and it will give you an option to move on to that one. And then we will also be switching to Horizons for math. So we're really excited and looking forward to it. I can't wait to see you in the next video if you want to see all the details of why, and then updates later on about how it's going and if we made the right change. Be sure you're subscribed, and you can check out the full playlist of our homeschool curriculum. So I'll see you there, pal.